Wait to connect for the stream. Okay, boys and girls. Just a quick stream. I just want to go over the old scraper that we've been building. It's good news. It's good news. It works. It actually works. What I did is I moved the file over to a server that I'm using, and I just let it run on 6 threads, and it finished a little bit earlier. So I just want to show, remember in the previous videos I said to you guys time was of no essence. Well, thank God that was the truth. Took 7 hours and 55 minutes, had 13 errors to go over. 6 of them errors though were just all the files being processed, all the lines in the database, so that's no problem. Have 9,977 that are all good. Okay, yeah, so that's that. It took 7 hours and 55. I only ran it on 6 threads. The reason being is this server that was free. I don't mean it didn't cost anything. I mean I haven't got hardly anything on it running. So there is enough room to run 6 threads. So as you can imagine, there was nearly 10,000 lines to get through. But the good news is we have the hopes. I haven't even checked it. As you can see, the resource file was still up. There we go. Lovely, lovely. There's all the different books that we scraped with all the title, the author, everything we need. The reason I've bought, well, I just wanted to conclude this series, obviously, because lots of people been following along and asking questions. So with regards to any changes before running the bot, what I did, let me just bring up file. It's on the server now. I'm actually logged in via ARM, logged into the server here, so hopefully you can see the screen. Let me just check. Hey. And Huntobot, is that, I'm probably pronouncing that really badly. But hi, how are you doing? How's things? I'll check back in a second. I'm just going to come back on here. First thing that I did, if you recall from the previous video, when the bot had finished scraping the URLs, it was jumping back out. So I put the actual URL scraper into its own little function. Okay, so that doesn't happen. The only other change that I made was what was happening. I didn't notice in the video that we were on with the last call, but when the bot was coming to the overview, which is basically the book description, there was like I tags, there was some HTML tags. So all these clean it up. Okay, like for instance, this gets rid of any P tags. Okay, the next one, there's quite a few. This one cleans up B tags. Okay, so basically so the wording doesn't include any HTML. Okay, and how you can do that is you can come to tools and then you can use the replace string, and you can say what's the original, where do you want to start replacing the strings? So for me, I was doing the overview, which was basically the book description. So in other words, go to the book description. What do you want to replace? So let's just pretend that I wanted to replace any T's in there. That wouldn't be something I want to do, but any letter T, and I wanted to replace it with, I don't know, let's keep it simple, a C. And then what do you want to save the new changes to? So the new version. So I've just changed it back. I've just saved it back into its original variable called overview. You don't need to do that, obviously. But what I was doing here, instead of T and C, obviously, I was looking for tags like the P tag. And what do I want to replace it with? Just a backspace. In other words, nothing. Just get rid of it, in other words. And then here, I was just making sure it goes back into its original variable, like so. And that's the only change that I made. Yeah. that's it. The rest is exactly what we did in the previous video. So I'm just going to come off of that, and we have a success. We have the database full of the books. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to leave the series there with this. The next stage that I'm going to do is I am going to make it so the database, the information here, the client has a WordPress site that has, you know, he wants the books to go on. So the next stage would be to take each individual file in the database, and then for each line it's going to go into, it's actually a WordPress based blog, so it's going to do the equivalent of if you were a human, go to a new post, and then for the post it's going to put in this information, okay, into the different fields, so that the person's site, the client site, is full of the information that you see in the database. And that's it. Unfortunately, I won't be able to shoot a video for that section. It's the only part that they didn't agree to, which is fair enough, fair play. The rest I've obviously shown you. So I hope that that's been, you've took something away from it. I know I haven't gone into depth with every single thing that I was doing. I tried to explain as I was going. As I said, these kind of stream videos aren't for total beginners. Okay, I presume that you've watched some of the free videos and you understand a few of the concepts. I have, you know, where possible, I've been telling you what's been going on. So as I say, if you've got anything from it, if you learn anything, then I'm happy. Yeah, so just gonna come off of here. Okay, yeah, let's just get back to this. I'm good. Do you know what? I'm so terrible at pronouncing handles, usernames. Um, the I'm going to call you Josh. Is that Jock or Josh? Okay. Why did I choose the DLive platform? That's a really good question. I was searching around for platforms that I could use that. Now, for example, this series that I'm doing now for a scraper, no problem. But for some of the subject matter, I want to go quite deep, black hat. And when I say black hat, I don't mean anything illegal, of course. What I mean is stuff like click-through rate bots, mass bots that generate mass pages, website pages. I want to do stuff on money making, like with the mass pages and click-through rate, and kind of like stuff that maybe I'm not sure that YouTube would not appreciate. Okay. The second reason why I've chosen the platform is it's because it's based on blockchain, and I like the whole idea of kind of not privacy, but being able within reason to stream what you want and not having to worry too much. Because some, obviously we're creating bots here, and although of course they're not illegal, lots of the stuff is on the grey kind of black hat spectrum. So yeah, I wanted a platform where I could, you know, I'm trying to build towards being able to stream a lot more and spend more time on this. This is actually what I want to do, is kind of like teach and kind of build out mass bots. So I needed a platform where I could just literally switch on and record my work. So for people that are not total beginners but have some concepts with BAS and coding and stuff, can just follow along and learn something. As long as I'm teaching and you pick up stuff, then that makes me feel good that people are kind of learning. And it's motivation as well. If I'm streaming, for instance, I've got a project that I'm doing that generates mass Google site pages. It just motivates me. If I'm streaming, I can say out loud what I'm doing. You know, it just keeps me motivated to do it. It's a bit more fun. You know, people pop in and say hello. And it's just a good platform too if people got inquiries. Thanks for the detailed explanation. In other words, shut up now. The other reason is it's a good platform. If people pop in a question, I can look. For instance, if you had a question now, I could just open, even if I'm working with Browser Automation Studio, had a question, I could just open another version. Or I'm doing some work with AutoIt scripting language right now, so I could just pop open the window and create something. So yeah, that's the reason why. Okay guys, I am going to jump off the stream. I know it's been a short stream. This was mainly to update people on the project, the book scraping bot. You can see the replays. This is going to be uploaded to YouTube. I'm going to be back in about an hour to discuss other things and going to decide what to work on next. It's gone midnight already here. But I'll be back in about an hour anyway and going to do some more bot related stuff. So if you're around, pop in. That'd be great. Okay, guys, I'm going to jump off for now and I will speak to you in the next stream. Peace.